New man in for India, a bit of a veteran, played many matches, but just not enough. Strike rate decent, very good average, just the 100. And what a fine player he is, but not in the same mold as an Ishan Kishan or Prithvi Shaw. Much more a pusher, a nudger, and a fabulous runner between the wickets. Successful over for Sri Lanka. Now for 18, India 1-4-3 for 2.
Well, the run rate's never going to be a problem for India. It's the wicket column that Sri Lanka need to improve on if they want a chance of winning this first one-day international. They need to strike early.
Well, just going by what's happened earlier today, a lot of the Sri Lankans also got to decent starts, but no one powered on, and I wonder if that's going to be something we'll see in this innings as well. So Dhawan in there with 28 from 41, striking now a little better, 68, and Manish Pandey, of course, has just walked in. To my mind, Dhawan has to now be ready for some quick running between the wickets. Big appeal. Umpire's thinking about it and given. A little late. I wonder if they'll refer. They'll go upstairs.
1 minute.
Pandey is just in. What's he going to tell his skipper? Take it, skipper. What's there to lose?
TV umpire to director. TV umpire to director. Player review for LBW. Original decision is out. It's a fair delivery. Go to a front on spin mission, please.
Yellow, roll yellow.
Ball is pretty close to the bat. Can I go to Ultra Edge, please?
Ultra Edge good, not yet.
Waiting for the Ultra Edge ends. Ultra Edge coming up. Flat line when the ball passes, but take it back, please. Flat line, and there's a gap between the bat and the ball. Can you take me to a ball tracker, please?
Tracking ready. Stand by Hawk 1 and box. Stand by Hawk 1. Roll Hawk 1 and go your box.
Ball tracking coming up, Kumar. Impact in line. Wickets missing. Can I have the on-field umpire on camera, please? You have to reverse your original decision. You're on camera. Thank you.
Just too much turn. Sorry, Kumar. Had to overturn his decision. Just a little too much spin. Great delivery though. And Shikhar Dhawan bamboozled by it. Missed the line completely. But every once in a while you turn too much and pay the penalty.
So unfortunate. Really is a lovely delivery for the leg spinner.
Let me take a look at that again, and Manish Pandey would have earned himself another match or two by telling the skipper, take it. He's done well. That's a shame. Full toss outside off has released the pressure, because Dhawan was looking a little rattled after that near miss. But just back to Manish Pandey, HD, he's just a batsman in a very special mold. He doesn't hit a big ball unless he really needs to. Oh, look at the reaction here, precious. So close. But he pushes, he nudges, he's a very clever runner between the wickets, and he can really take it on, move on before you know what's going on. And the next thing you know, he's 40 not out, and you wonder, where did he get those runs from? Just very smooth, very fluent Manish. Of course, he can hit a big ball if needed.
Dhawan obviously recognising who he's running with, because that's just a nudge into the offside. I skipped a breath there, but he was through comfortably.
Manish is quick, and he's got a special ability, which we may not have the time to talk about right now, but I'll get to it, because he, as a non-striker, never overcommits. People do at times. He hops. He takes a hop or two. If the run's on, he powers on. If it's not, he gets back to his crease easily because he hasn't overcommitted. That one extra step is the dangerous one. Ooh. Not a happy start. Good over by Hasaranga. 19 gone, 146 for 2.
Just a little bit of normality in the last couple of overs here.
Lovely trophy. Well worth picking up. The Unacademy Sri Lanka versus India ODI series trophy. And of course there will be another one for the T20 series.
Let's not forget the points that are required for each game, or on offer for each game, I should say, go towards qualification for that World Cup.
That's waiting to be picked up a few days from now. As Sandakan comes in for his 6th over, he's done very well for Sri Lanka. 1 for 22, now 23. And that, as you said, brought back some normalcy to the proceedings here because India were threatening to run away with it. Now they, not suggesting the thinking, but they've just eased off a bit. And they know they can walk it from here. Just an easy trot, singles every once in a while. Maybe they'll get a loose delivery for a boundary.
And while we wax lyrical about Prithvi Shaw and Ishan Kishan, it is an opportunity for Manish Pandey to, he's got the time to put an innings together, get a not out, whether it be 60, 70, but it is another opportunity for him.
No, you make a very important point because Manish Pandey very often in his career has played at 6, sometimes 7, 5, 6, 7, although he can bat much higher. And very often he goes into a situation in a match where he has no choice but to power on quickly. And then you're 20 from 10 and out. This is a very important occasion for him. Plenty of time, as you said. And to be a 40, 50, 60 not out would do his career a little bit of good. Tries to paddle that. He's 31, so not the youngest, but maybe he can prolong his career with an important not out here. That's a typical Pandey shot. Right leg behind, out of the way, and then a nice easy push. The long on, long off, take the single, and get ready to take another quick single when the other one's at the crease.
Sometimes we talk about all these young players and opportunities, and sometimes it's also got to do a little bit to do with timing. Sometimes you can be a seriously good player, but there's just no space for you in the main side. You think of that great Australian side of the 90s, how many wonderful batters never actually got to play international cricket. All just played one test match. End of the 20th, 153 for 2.
Sandakan begins his, Hasaranga, sorry, begins his 3rd. He's also been very useful, none for 9. But more on Manish Pandey, just so sweet. Great timer of the ball, doesn't hit it too hard. But a bit like, say, Collingwood, he likes to chip and chip it over the infield. And if you're confident, you're always assured of a single or 2. Just another push. So back to that, the whole concept of a generation of cricketers, actors, to my mind, is somewhere close to 5 years. You're playing your best cricket for about 5 years, from say the age of 23 to 28. And if you don't make it to a national squad then, it's suddenly too late for you, even though you're playing really well, because there's some other 23, 24-year-old who sneaks in. So, as you were saying, if you don't make it at that point of time, you don't have much more to play with. Quick single stolen by Mani. She will make it for sure. You really have to show it at throw it at Shikhar Dhawan's end if you want to run out.
You can see how Dhawan just looks at the non-striker Pandit. Do you want it? Do you want it? And he's away and comfortable.
And now, because of multiple formats, many more players are playing for their country under their country's flag. Unlike the times that you mentioned, so many Australian players not getting a look in. But now, because of different formats and perhaps even the way India's going now, different teams for touring at the same time, many more will play. Low full toss, and he's lucky he didn't carry to deep square.
I think he was trying to get this a little bit finer. He just got the toe end, which took it squarer than he wanted it. He wanted to just try and help it round the corner past the man at short, fine leg.
Pandey cuts, should be good for 2. Like you said, he never really hits the ball very hard, and Shikhar happy not to take the second. 21 overs gone. India are trotting away, 158 for 2.
Yeah, India streets ahead at the moment, comparatively. Just 2 wickets lost from an Indian viewpoint as well. So right now in cruise control mode. Again joined by Roshan Abhay-Singh. Roshan, good evening.
Evening, Karthik. Yep, 105 of 29. Under 4 runs and over with 8 wickets, standing on a good pitch. It should be quite easy for the Indians. Jamika Karunaratne, very useful with the bat in hand, just added some important runs in that Sri Lankan innings. In the side as an all-rounder, more bowling all-rounder. Comes from a sporting family. One of his brothers leads the Sri Lankan contingent to the Olympics, a badminton player. Jamika Karunaratne, father is a top badminton player, and so was he and his other brother. So a very special family.
Bowling as well in the end from Lakshan Sandakan, snaring him exactly where he had set him up.
And also, I thought it was a clear indication that he didn't read Sandakan as well as he read the others. The 2 off-spinners, predictable, turning one way, the odd ball going straight through, but Sandakan was different. So that's why I felt that that contest was always going to be an interesting one. But he ran the risk if he decided to come down the pitch to Sandakan.
I think that's one of the reasons also why he should have been continued with as well. There's no point in stopping a bowler who's trying to get you wickets, when are you going to bring him back? When India need 50 or 60 to win?
True, Sri Lanka's options have to be wickets. You can't win this by containing. Wickets and wickets and wickets. And that's the reason Chamira bowled that extended spell. Sri Lanka need to attack.
And steering it very fine, looking for the second. Not possible. 5 of it. It's 163 for 2.
Favour of Bafana. Satebe into the middle. And that's one over the top from Rashinda Rook.
Against Mozambique, they created a great amount of set pieces that looked very positive for Bafana. And Senegal.
I wasn't convinced either. Free kick on the far side of the field for Senegal. 90 seconds away from half-time in extra time. Which one of these two finalists is going to eventually hoist the Safa Cup above their heads? Ian keeps the ball in play, and the South African side thought that ball had gone out of play, but in this game, we play to the whistle, ladies and gentlemen. Mabwe will do some tidying up for Bafana, but suddenly Senegal looked as if they found a re-injection of an enthusiasm. Ethan Brooks needs to be careful. He's already on a yellow card. The referee points that out to the teenager as Bien is again on his back. 1 minute remaining until half-time in extra time.
It's got this bite about him, and he's pressing. But this time the stats are showing, and I think very fortunate that he doesn't end up into the booth. Any other day, because of the stats showing, that could have been easily given to him.
Well, he's on one already, so that would have been South Africa down to 10 players. Free kick just over the top of the crossbar from Dominic Mendy. We'll be just seconds away from half-time in extra time. Remaining. Face and the look of Prithvi of Malinga for too long. It's a good introductee is Lewakang Mabwe, the 26-year-old Mamelodi Sundowns player, made his name at Maritzburg United. BHITAI has been knocked over unceremoniously, but he's back on his feet. And the ball's back with South Africa's Ngupeni. And now Motua. Still, William, neither side has been that inventive in front of goal. Neither side has created that little moment that can lead to celebration. Well, we're going to still see that in the final moments of this game, because there are still 12 minutes remaining. Sibanyoni hustling. Still Sibanyoni hustling, but Nigu, well, it's more like safety first, more than anything else from the centre-back. What happened there? Was that a contact of the ball, or was that in play? Because before we get to any sort of penalties, and from what we've seen in the penalty shootout so far, as Marabole looks a bit concerned, they will be taken on the southern end of the ground to the right-hand side of the screen as you're looking out on it. That's where the Eswatini Senegal penalties took place, and the Eswatini Mozambique penalties as well.
Yeah, if you look at to the 2 goal areas, the one on the opposite end is a little bit beat. You can almost see the ground, the root level of the grass, and this side is a little bit smoother. It's a bit of green, so I guess that plays a part as well in making sure that players are comfortable in the takes.
Headed away by Duruk, picked up by Satebe. Tawani Dubey. Ethan Brooks has been caught.
बाबा रब नवाज बुखारी, इन्होंने अपने अमल के जरिए अरब ममालिक से बहुत नाम कमाया। कुरान पाक को
coming up towards 115 minutes if you don't include the stoppage time at the end of the first half, the second half and at half time here. So there's been plenty of time to score a goal for both of these two sides, and we could very well have the 20s ended up in the dignitaries enclosure with Dr. Patrice Motsepe.
His friend.
Sure is. The Lions of Teranga
Conceded throughout the whole tournament, so that part has gone according to plan. But it is the attacking side that today left their boots in the hotel.
South Africa yet to concede a goal in the entire tournament, so congratulations to South Africa. Lovely, so that's just behind, it's on the inland side of the stadium. There's a little lake just behind the stadium where there's some watercraft. And there you've got Rishinda Rooks in there, El Haj Khane.
One done. All you need to do thereafter is just keep it on target.
4 penalties taken. We haven't had a miss yet in the shootouts. Ethan Brooks off the bench.
Again, takes have been solid. The only chance that as a goalkeeper.
Oh, he goes the wrong way. It's a good penalty.
Kept the chase. And in the hope that Moto at some stage might just bounce back with a save of his own.
Far away from the keeper, who was looking over his left shoulder anyway. Papa and DI, and back on track South Africa. Penalty shootout is level at 3-all, but a man who has played very well in this tournament, Dominic Mendy, is about to see if he can put Senegal in front one more time. Very vigilant, Veli Motwa. Motwa will save! And South Africa and Senegal have both missed one. And the tension rises even further in Quebec.
Very important. Quality goalkeeping. To still have this ability, you know, that's quality, because he waits for DI to take a step to his right and then release it to the left.